Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Clangin and Bangin with Mikey, episode 23. And your boy made bullet points finally. Anyway, not that I've been having this problem, but I know other people who have. And this episode is more gonna be based on staying committed to your partner. Um, Me and my girl, we have what we call two-handed circle. And basically, what that means is that whatever we discuss, whether it's playful, serious, whatever, it stays between us. And that's how we've been doing it. Like, whatever issue she has, she comes to me and vice versa. And that's how we've been working through, you know, our problems and whatnot. But I think it's very important to have that two-handed circle because not everybody needs to know what's going on with you. Not everybody needs to know your latest details or this and this and that. Especially when it comes to social media, man. It's social media can be the most entertaining, but yet the most toxic place when you really sit there and you think about who you follow, what content you consume, and all that stuff. Um, so it's very important to have what I tell my girl all the time is like we can be public, but we also can be private at the same time. Like we can post pictures, Instagram stories, whatever it is, and but at the same time, I'll never post anything that's um, too personal. Even if I think it's funny or it's cute or whatever, like I'll literally ask her like, "Hey, babe, can I post this?" And like, and if she says yes, okay, cool. If she doesn't, okay, finito. I ain't gonna bring it up again. Um, Second point is open lane of communication, man. I see a lot of people they want to sit there and complain about their relationships and everything else. They doing everything else but talking to the person that they sleeping next to, right? Or that they're in a committed relationship, right? Um, I was recently watching this video. I'm gonna butcher her last name, but it's Julian Turecki, whatever however you pronounce her last name. Uh, she answered this question with this lady had typed in a question and like, talked about how she really loves the dude and this and that and but he won't tell anybody who's significant in his life about her and come to find out that they've been going out 3 months and he's doing everything else to not take this to the next level. And I'm sitting there watching the video, like, okay, that's a red flag because if he had 1/8 of the feelings that you had for him, you would definitely you know, be talked about. You would definitely come up in conversation. There would be no need to seek validation because people would know about you. And I think it's important to have that open lane of communication, man, to express how you feel. But at the same time, you can't force anybody to, make you a priority when they view you as an option. And sadly but true, it happens more often than not, man, where people get caught up and they end up thinking it's more than what it is, and they end up getting hurt and all kinds of shit. Like I've known girls to hide babies from dudes or vice versa. And it's like I know dudes who've been married, who've carried on relationships outside of their marriage for years. With you know with the woman who, for lack of better words, was naive. Like couldn't picture couldn't pick up what was going down. And the last point of this first segment is keep relationship problems between the two of you. I think that's extremely important. It's like, it ties back into what I said earlier about the two-handed circle. Like, unless it's something serious, like it's an illness or domestic violence, and I hope it's not, or whether it's financial troubles or anything like that. It's like a lot of the times, man, it's like you got to keep the problems between the two of you. Because I don't know about y'all, but as a man, I would hate to have my business out in the street just because, or I would hate to have my name come out of somebody's mouth who's not my girls. It's like, and I'm like, yo, it's like, what are you doing telling other people my business? Or what are you doing gossiping about me and this and this and that way? And sometimes you gotta check. You gotta check people because, yeah, they may have the best intentions or they may have the wherewithal, the best intentions for you, but a lot of the times, man, if they're not in that committed relationship with you, they're not in that two-handed circle. They don't need to know. Moving on, man. Big one for me. Don't entertain hamburger when you got steak at the crib. I'm gonna break it down for you. What that means by that, like, is don't entertain hamburger when you got steak at the crib. Hamburger is what? Hamburger is a cheaper cut of steak, You gonna entertain something that's cheap when you got the prize at the crib. And I think a lot of people, they end up doing that for whatever reason. And I don't know why. I don't know why people do it, but I would never ever treat somebody I care about as an option. Number one, because I've been considered an option my entire life. I've been played for second, third, fourth, fifth place, whatever, man. It's like, yeah, and for me, I just don't understand that, bro. Like, how can you fuck up something great just because you out there want to get laid by some floozy or some breezy or whatever it is? And so, man, if you got something good at the crib, keep your ass at the house. Ain't nothing out there anyway for you. And plus, if you pass 30, you ain't got no business in them streets, bro. No business. It goes back to what I was saying earlier. Be public and private at the same time. It can go from posting pics on IG or just doing not everything has to be a shareable moment. You have to have moments where it's just the two of y'all. It's like whether it's watching her favorite movie or or whether it's going shopping or whether it's just chilling. It's like you gotta have the moments where it's just the two of y'all. And of course you want to be public, but at the same time you don't have to share every fucking thing. Because that shit does get annoying. Second point is don't yell at each other. Talk to each other. A lot of people, they have a tendency to blow up and just be nasty individuals, and a lot of the times, man, the person that you're blowing up to has nothing to do with that, or it's something so minuscule, like, I don't know, you didn't do the dishes last night, or you forgot to take out the trash, or and it just compounds on top of everything else, because it's like, you really gonna complain about that? Like, come on, man. But I get it. We all been there. We've all been yelled at. It's like for something that's so minuscule. It's like, you really gonna fight about this, right? Okay. And never fight with your significant other, your girlfriend, your spouse, your wife, whatever label you want to use, bro. Never fight with them. Fight for them. What I mean by that is like, bro, this world is chaotic as it is. The last thing you need is come home to the crib after you spent the whole day at work and you gonna fight with your girl. And it ties into my last point. A lot of the times, man, it's like people fight over shit that's not even worth fighting over. All you gotta say is, yes, babe, I got it, whatever, boom. You know what I mean? And it's like, a lot of the times, man, it's like people just be frustrated, and they just be taking that out on you or they don't know how to convey their emotions. So they're like, yo, they take it on a person who probably most likely doesn't have anything to do with the situation, which is us, which is the other person. And we end up getting the brunt of it because we're available. And last segment is 80-20 rule, man. I'm a big believer in this. 80-20 rule is you have 80% of what you want in your partner. 20% is what, my bad. 80% of what you need in your partner. 20% is usually outside influences, whether it's other women, drugs, vices, whatever it is. And you go out there looking for it. And a lot of the times, man, you end up fucking off something great or somebody great because you can't get your shit together. And I've seen it happen again in real life. Dudes get caught up, with a whole bunch of shit that they have no business doing, and they end up fucking up something great where they, and until they hit rock bottom, until they realize like, yo, like what I had was great. And and I fucked it off because I couldn't keep my dick in my pants or whatever it is. So there's that, man. 80-20 rule, 80% of what you need is at the crib. You already have that. Don't go looking around for that extra 20% because all that shit does is make you single and make you fucking lonely. Insecurities, man, it's a big thing. I'm not gonna talk about me and my girl because again that's private. But insecurities, dog, is like it's a big thing, man. You gotta reassure the other person that that you ain't going nowhere, that you here to make this thing work. You're doing everything possible you can make it work. And a lot of the times, man, you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient because people deal with trauma in a different way. People deal with past relationships, the trauma a different way. And who are you to say, oh well, like you should do it this way, that way? Like, nah, just sit your ass down somewhere and be patient, bro. Like she gonna come around when she wanna come around. And but insecurities, dog, you just gotta reassure them that you ain't going nowhere, that you are who you say you are, and actions speak louder than words, bro. And never change up. Be the dude that you fell for, when y'all first met, and keep dating her. Keep showing her the love and respect that she deserves. Because hey, they all queens, bro. Plain and simple. And we ain't nothing without our queens. Emotional baggage, bro. Big. It goes back to having open line of communication and a two-handed circle. You gotta have the ability to and the wherewithal to unpack everything that this person has gone through, and so have you, because we all have emotional baggage. You gotta unpack it. You gotta deal with it. And you have to address it, because if you don't, all that's gonna do is linger, and it's gonna bring something into your relationship that has no business in your relationship. So you have to know when to address certain things or when to bring up certain issues, because you never want shit to linger. You never want things to be like, well, my ex did this, but so you're doing this, and I'm like, what's that got to do with me? Like, what, tell me what I did wrong so I can fix it, so we can fix it, so we can move past it. And last point, man, is past traumas in relationships, bro. I already hinted on this, but it's a big thing, man. It's huge. Past traumas, man. We all go through it. I'm not gonna sit there and say that I haven't gone through it, because I have. But at the same time, man, is that you have to be mentally aware, of what you're doing, of how you move, and of how you deal with your shit, and how you deal with conflict, man. It's like, my girl can tell you, is like, yo, like she's never seen me mad. She's seen me frustrated, but she's never seen me mad. Because for number one, I have this ability to, whenever I get too frustrated with the situation, I literally walk away from it for 5 to 10 minutes and I come back. Because I got to calm down. Because I know me. I know once I say something in the heat of the moment, I can't take it back. And words are powerful, bro. And I'm big on communication. And it's like, so I'm not going to pop off and be like, yeah, well, like, you said this, so I'm going to go back with you with this. It's like, nah. And I think as you get older, man, you're going to realize that there's a lot of people out there who carry around a lot of trauma. And it goes back to being patient, man. It goes back to just you knowing what you want out of this relationship. And bro, if you're there for her in every facet, she's gonna recognize that, and it's gonna take her a minute to figure it out. But once she does, bro, it's like, you know what they say, man, patience is a virtue. But I appreciate y'all listening to my podcast. Like it, subscribe to the channel, man. Yeah, and I'll be coming with content, multiple times a week. Anyway, y'all keep it with the 4 P's: positive, player, pushing, and private. Y'all have a great Thursday. Catch you on the flip side. Goes.